hello, I'm Kråkan, also known as Chorus Cornic, so welcome to Yacc, yet another Crowcast where I pick a game, I play it for a week and then I'll talk about it. This week's game is Kung Fu for the Nintendo Entertainment System. It was released in 1985 and it's part of the Black Box series, developed by Irem and published by Nintendo. And also there'll be spoilers up ahead just so you know, but first a little backstory. So I had no idea what I wanted to play this week, but actually I wanted to play Asterix, the game for Nintendo as well, but I couldn't find it, so I played this instead. So the plot of this game is really simple. You're Thomas and you're supposed to save your girlfriend Sylvia from the evil Mr. X and his minions, and it's based on the current martial art action movies at the time. So Kung Fu is actually an arcade port of another game called Kung Fu Master, and it's a side-scrolling beat-em-up where you, Thomas, is supposed to save your girlfriend, as I said before, from the evil Mr. X. And you do so by scaling a 5-level tower, and you beat enemies in hordes or in waves, I don't know which word is better to use, while also fending up obstacles and mini-bosses. So at the start of the game you can pick either player 1 game A or B, or player 2 game A or B. So I don't know the difference, maybe you take turns with one controller and try to get as high a score as possible. After all, this is an arcade game at heart. So at the top of the play screen you have a couple of things. You have your health bar, the player, you have the bosses, the mini bosses health bar, which is just named enemy, and then you have time, you have score, and you also have a top score and what level you're on. And you also have an icon displaying how many continues you have, how many guys you have. So you progress on the screen, you fight enemies as you go along, where you kick with the A button, you punch with the B button, and you can also do a jump kick, and you can also do a crouching move, and do punches and kicks that way too. And by killing off enemies you get points. So I mean, as I said before, it's an arcade game, so point matters in the end. So level 1, you fight purple enemies with light blue pants, and there are some black and white guys that throw knives at you. They are really annoying because you can't really block knives as far as I know. And the level boss is a green guy with a sword, so you beat him and you move up a flight of stairs. So the second level is a little bit different. You avoid jars that have snakes in them, and for some reason there are dragons in this level that you have to take out. And there are also the purple light blue pants guys again. And the boss is a boomerang throwing guy, and you dispose of him and you move up a flight of stairs again. So on level 3 you fight these short green guys. The first thing I thought when I saw them was they're hunchbacks, but they also look a bit like Link. And then you have the normal enemies, and the boss is a big black dude, and it reminded me of I think it's the Bruce Lee movie called The Deadly Towers or something like that. So level 4 has a little bit different gimmick. You fight beasts that comes out of holes in the wall, and they're normal enemies, normal dudes, and the boss is a hunchback, so you're supposed to duck down and punch. That's the way you beat him. So level 5 is the final level. You fight a bunch of dudes and eventually you run into Mr. X, and then you save Sylvia, and after that the game loops. So gameplay: help Thomas save Sylvia from the evil Mr. X and his henchmen, and beat the game. Control: the D-pad moves Thomas around, A kicks, B punches, and start pauses. Graphics. So an interesting thing about the graphics is that Shigeru Miyamoto made it himself. Back then he wasn't that, high up in the company. The graphics are bright blue. They have bright blue backgrounds with colorful dojo aesthetics, and the sprite work is clean. Sound and music. So Koji Kondo made the music for this game. So it's a simple pushing soundtrack beat. And a funny thing that I noticed was if a boss beats you, they laugh at you. It's like a compressed laughter. And also sometimes when Thomas kicks and punches, he does the Bruce Lee kind of sound, which is kind of cool. Easter egg, secrets, and glitches. So I watched the speedrunning community this week, and I saw a video on YouTube about Arcus, and he beat this game in 3 minutes and 47 seconds. I also watched a tool-assisted speedrun by Phil, which he beat it in 3 minutes and 41 seconds. And I like speedruns, so go ahead, watch it. It's kind of awesome. In conclusion, I wrote, yes, try it if you like the early black box games. So this game is short, a bit challenging, but I didn't feel frustrated playing. Normally when I get frustrated, I just put down a controller and do something else, or grab a sandwich. I think I joked about it in the community. When I get really frustrated, I storm into the kitchen and I make myself a sandwich to have something else to occupy my mind on. But it's not a bad game. I know it's not for everyone, but I liked it. And, you can't go wrong. It's a short game. So go ahead, try it. So anyway, thanks for listening and or watching, and take care.